beautiful souls. I'm Alice Autum Strange, and this is Magic in the Mind podcast, where spirituality and psychology intersect. Thanks so much for being patient between episodes. My coaching business kind of exploded a bit since our last episode, and I've been working a ton to get everything completed, but I am back. And today we are talking about energy work. Energy work is something I learned surprisingly early in life, and it helped me later on in many spiritual ventures. And I believe this is something that can truly help people in so many ways. So in this episode, I'm going to give some information about energy work in general, and then I will teach you a very simple, very basic energy manipulation exercise. And after that, I'll walk you through an energy healing exercise. And you can do it right now, right here, today, on yourself. You don't need any practice or experience. Anyone can do this. Just trust yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't doubt yourself, because you can. And so, some general information about energy work. In order to define energy work, we have to first understand what I mean when I say energy. Energy, in this case, means the essence that gives us life. In Chinese, it's qi, and in Japanese, it's ki, and in Hinduism, it's prana. In other places, it's called life force energy, electromagnetic fields, auras. There are many ancient and modern practices that center around this energy. Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga, pranayama, acupuncture, all of these they work with energy. They could be considered energy work. And so now, what is energy work? Energy work in its most general form is the stimulation and or manipulation of life force energy. This can be within a person or other collections of energy, such as living things, a celestial body, crystals, even sound. All of these are energy. All of these have energy. So why would someone want to do energy work? So often energy work is used to bring about wellness in a person. And this is what you see a lot most of the time when people talk about energy work. This is energy healing. When you use energy work to heal, to bring about balance or wellness, that's energy healing. And there are so many types of energy healing. Reiki, Ayurveda, acupuncture, EFT tapping. This can also include working with the chakras, balancing those energy centers. The basis of energy healing is the idea that energy imbalances, blockages, or stagnation leads to physical symptoms. For example, if someone has a sore throat, their throat chakra might not have enough energy flow, or it might be stagnant, or it might be overactive. And when you restore balance to the energies, the body heals. And in general, this is how most, if not all, energy healing works, bringing about balance or improving the energies inside a person to restore wellness. I do want to mention that some people would consider manifestation energy work. Personally, I don't really put them in the same category. I don't equate life force energy and vibrational frequencies to being they're not the same thing, in my personal opinion. To me, everything has life, and that is a type of energy. I'm an animist, so everything has life. Everything also has a frequency, but I feel like, personally, this frequency is very fluid. It changes a lot more. We can raise our frequency and lower our frequency, and in my experience, your vibrational frequency, those kind of things, your vibe, those things can change very drastically all the time, very fluid, while your life force energy seems to stay a little bit more consistent. When you're improving your life force energy, I feel often that your vibrational frequency can stay the same or it can change while your life force energy is not changing. So that's my personal take. A lot of people don't see it that way, and that's fine. Everybody has their own version of these things, and everybody's allowed to have their own truth. I feel like that's perfectly valid. Another reason someone might want to work with energy and do energy work is that energy work is the basis of witchcraft. Completely everything. You're working with energies. Using crystals or herbs or oils is usually done to harness the energy of those correspondences and direct them toward a goal. And more practically, energy work can be used in many small day-to-day instances. You can use energy work to shift and change your emotions and how you're feeling. You can use it to influence people's perception of you. If you're high vibe, people are going to be more attracted and more comfortable around you, and that's changing your energy. It can be used to ground or calm people around you. If you're in a argument, you can ground your energy and ground the room and make people a little more calm. And using energy work and understanding energy work helps you to understand people in your life and in general much better, in my personal experience. So a couple of really important parts of energy work when starting out are stillness and silence. When you're learning, it can be easier to practice energy work sitting or lying down. Grounding before doing energy work can really help. I'll explain grounding a little bit more in a minute. I usually incorporate grounding into the process of preparing for and doing energy work. If it's a bigger working, I might ground before and after. And while stillness and silence are an important part of it, some people find certain movements very meditative, like Qigong or yoga, or sometimes even walking. They're like walking meditations. People do that all the time. And in my personal experience, it's a little bit more difficult to focus on doing an activity, moving your body in an intentional way when you're not quite as experienced with working with energy. But everyone's different. Some people are just more physical beings. I would say if you are the kind of person who is very, very good at doing walking meditations or meditating while you're doing yoga, those might be great ways to start for you. In my experience, it was a lot easier to start with just sitting and laying down or being very still, just like meditation. And a lot of people do relate energy work to meditation, at least the stillness and silence part of it. I don't feel like energy work is quite as disciplined as meditation, kind of just because your mind has a task, your mind has something to do in the moment. You have a goal to achieve, so it's not so hard to bring your focus back to the moment over and over again if that is a little bit difficult for you. I don't think that energy work is quite as harsh when it comes to keeping your attention and training your mind. The point of this is you want to be calm and focused when you're first learning and starting out with energy work. But with practice, all of this becomes second nature. You'll go from having to concentrate really hard to being able to do it while doing other things to eventually just doing it automatically without really even realizing you're doing it. It's also good to know that there are actually many, many ways to move energy. I prefer to use a combination of breath and visualization. I find that very natural for me, but you can use physical movements of the body or simply your imagination and will as well. There are just so many ways to do it. And this is why you see those memes, when you're on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, and you have the spiritual people and they're doing all the hand motions and then you have the memes that make fun of people who are very, quote, woo-woo, and they're doing the motions with they're directing energy. That's directing energy. That's what that is. And now we will go over a few energy work techniques and get a bit of information about them. The first one is centering. Centering is pulling all of your energy into the center of your being. And your center can be your head, your chest, your abdomen, wherever it is for you. Everybody has a different perception of this, which kind of blew my mind when I realized that not everybody sees the center of their being in their chest. Like my heart chakra is my center. But some people, like a lot of people, have their own versions of this. That blew my mind, but that is not the point. Centering is pulling energy into the center of your being. And this is used a lot in witchcraft, along with grounding to better control and direct your energy. What it does essentially is realign and balance and then evenly distribute your energy throughout your body fairly quickly. When first starting out with energy work, it can be kind of hard to hold all of the energy in one place for a long time. It's like a muscle. You have to practice, and practice makes it really simple. It's very simple once you have just worked on it for a little bit. And the next technique is grounding. The way I like to explain this is in psychology, grounding is bringing your attention, your mind back down to reality or the ground. It is super useful for anxiety and intrusive thoughts and lots of other things. If you're ever feeling scattered or just kind of chaotic, grounding really helps. Now, in energetic terms, grounding is connecting your energy to the earth. This is done to calm your energy through tapping into the stabilizing energy of the earth. In the context of witchcraft, this is often how people will pull energy from another source so that you don't use all of your own internal personal energy when you're doing a working, especially bigger ones. So, you don't have to use your own energy as a person. You can pull that from the earth. And once you've done that, you can pull it from the moon, the sun, a storm, a tree, like whatever it is you want to do. The possibilities are quite limitless. And often you will center your energy after you ground. So in witchcraft, I don't know if you guys listen to spell books or read spell books or like do YouTube, but they'll say ground and center. You want to ground, connect to the earth, and pull your energy to your center so you are focused and ready to do a working. But outside of witchcraft, grounding can be used for so many things. In psychology, grounding is bringing your mind back down to the ground in reality, but it's also kind of doing the energy thing. We don't really talk about it because, psychology doesn't really tap into the woo-woo as much as we do, but grounding energetically can calm you and ground you psychologically much more efficiently. And if you are the kind of person who is very up in your upper chakras or kind of floaty out in the world, if you're a very air type energy, grounding may be really, really useful for you. The next energy work technique is directing your energy. And this is the process of manipulating, moving that energy. It's usually best to start with the energy inside your own body. And once you can sense and move the energy easily within your body, you can start making collections of energy, like balls of energy in your hands. Often you'll see, you'll have practices where you're holding your hands about 6 to 8 inches apart and you collect energy in your hands. And it's honestly not that complicated. And I will walk you through this, making a ball of energy today in this podcast twice. We will do it 2 different ways, and I promise you'll be able to do it. You'll figure it out. It's not as hard as you think it is. And once you've made a ball of energy, the next step is to assign intentions to that collection of energy. And you can use this to fuel a spell or to heal somebody or yourself. You can put grounding, soothing, calming energy into a ball and then send it to somebody, and that will calm them and soothe them. There are just so many ways to do this. I will also walk you through assigning intention to an energy ball in the second exercise today. Okay, now I'm going to walk you through a couple exercises. And the first is an exercise to begin just moving, sensing and moving energy. And this technique is my favorite, this first exercise. We will move energy through intentional breathing and visualization. And this is how I began to start doing energy work when I was 13 years old. It will be kind of similar to a guided meditation. So please don't try to do this exercise while you're driving or doing something where you need to focus. You can always just listen and come back later to practice it when you're focused and not distracted. Please be safe. This may be easier for some of you if you've done guided meditations before, but honestly, anyone can do it. Some people are just naturally inclined, and you'll surprise yourself most of the time. There will be 4 steps to this exercise. We will practice sensing energy, bringing it into and letting it out of our bodies through the breath. And then we will make a ball of energy between our hands. I'm not going to walk us through grounding first because I don't want to make this too long and drawn out. You don't need to ground first, but it will probably help you to be more focused and calm, especially if you're a bit scattered or chaotic. So if you choose to continue practicing or you want to practice again later, you might want to ground first, take a few grounding breaths. And if you do the exercise and you have a bit of trouble, if you struggle a little bit, just ground first and come back. It's going to be fine. Okay, start by closing your eyes and getting into a comfortable position wherever you are, whether that be lying down, sitting in a chair, wherever. Just settle in. And take some slow, deep breaths. Just breathe and feel where you are. Feel yourself. If any distracting thoughts come into your head, simply notice them and let them pass. They have no power if you make it so. Just let them pass. And once we're nice and calm, the first step is to start sensing your life force energy. So, start by taking another slow, deep breath. Feel the air going in and out. Put all of your attention right on the center of your being. This could be your chest, your head, your abdomen, wherever your intuition tells you. Put your attention on that part of your body and feel into it. Maybe take another breath. Keep focusing with your full attention on your center, and you'll start to feel your energy. It may be a tingling or a pressure. It may be warmth or even a cold sensation. You may even be able to visualize clouds of energy inside you. And if after a moment you don't feel anything, all you have to do is imagine that you do. So, right now, if you don't feel anything in your center, just imagine a tingling in that part of your body. You know what tingling feels like. Just put that feeling in your center. You control your energy, and what you want your energy to do, it does. It is that simple. So, the second step is to feel the energy around you. So, one more time, take a deep breath. And with your eyes closed, start noticing what your environment feels like. We are always surrounded by energy. Just feel or see or sense the energy that exists around you. Become very aware of that energy. And then the third step. We're about to take another slow, deep breath, but this time, when you breathe in, you are going to draw in energy from around you with your breath. You can do this by visualizing the air coming into you as a white energy or a colored cloud. When you breathe, see that energy coming into your body and collecting in your chest. Now, go ahead and take that intentional breath, really slow, almost exaggerated. Allow it to enter, and when you exhale, let it flow back out. Go ahead and try this a few times. Very, very slow and deliberate breaths. You can see or feel the energy entering your nose, going down your throat, into your chest. Just watch it come in and watch it go out. Keep moving that energy through you. Feel the activation. Maybe it's warm or cold. You might feel pressure or tingling. You might feel something else, and whatever you experience is absolutely fine. Go ahead and try a few more times. If you need to breathe slower, go ahead and do that. Allow yourself to experience the energy flowing into you and out of you from your environment. And now our fourth step, we are going to make a ball of energy between our hands. So, take another deep breath and pull that energy in, and this time let that energy collect in your chest. You can keep pulling in energy with the breath and set the intention that it stays inside you when you exhale. All you have to do is see it staying inside you, visualize that, feel it collecting in your chest. All you have to do is make it so. Just see it and feel it. You might want to pull in a few more breaths and let them collect there. And now, once you have some energy collected there in your chest, allow your breathing to return to normal and put your hands right in front of you, palms facing each other, about 6 to 12 inches apart, whatever feels good to you. And then what you're going to do is push that energy that you've collected in your chest down your arms and into your hands. Just start moving with your mind, your intention, your will, into your shoulders, your arms, down into your forearms, into your wrists, into your hands, and let it come out the palm of your hands. And you can just keep your eyes closed if you want and feel it there between your hands. with your mind, begin forming that ball of energy between your hands. Let it build. Your imagination is a tool of creation. All you need to do is will it into existence. Allow that energy to continue to move toward your hands. Let that energy ball grow. And you can move your hands further apart or closer together and feel it expand and contract. You can push it back into your arms. Let it move back into your chest. And then from here, you can practice moving it around your body, in and out of your hands. The more you practice, the easier it gets. When you're pulling the energy in, you can pull it in through your nose where it physically comes in. I find that's easy to start with because you can feel that air in your nose, so it kind of helps you to realize that the energy is coming in too. But it is also very normal to breathe through any of your chakras, meaning that when you pull energy in physically through the nose, you will energetically use that kind of pressure, that sensation to energetically pull from the environment through your third eye, your crown, your heart, whatever. All right, on to the next exercise. Now I'm going to walk you through an energy healing exercise. We will be making a ball of energy again, and I'll use a slightly different technique so that you can try different approaches, because everybody has their own method, their own best way, and trying some different methods and techniques is a good way to find what works for you. Again, you don't need anything special to do this. All you have to do is use your mind to make the energy do what you want. If you believe it is happening, it is happening. And as a general disclaimer, I will be referring to higher power as source. You can call it spirit or universe or God. This practice is for everyone. I will be saying source, but you can call on the energy that resonates with you. So, start by closing your eyes and just feeling where you are. Notice where you're resting, the surface below you. Feel the clothes on your skin, the air around you. Focus inward and allow yourself to just exist in this moment. Really just let yourself breathe and be still. Step 1, we will make an energy ball. Start by feeling your awareness in the center of your being. Find that center. Feel your focus resting there. And if you have any distracting thoughts come into your mind, simply notice them and let them pass. They do not matter, and they have no power. You have the power to just let them go. They have no significance. Keep focusing on that center and just allow distracting thoughts to pass by. Some slow, deep breaths can really help you become more calm and grounded in this moment. When you're ready, put your hands comfortably out in front of you, with your palms touching, just relaxed. And you're going to see your crown chakra opening. Your crown chakra is on the very top of your head, and that's how we connect to the higher powers, to the divine. Don't overthink it. All you have to do is let it open. For many people, you might feel a tingling or a pressure or some type of sensation as your crown chakra opens. And you're going to see energy coming down from source above you and into the top of your head. It may look like a white energy or a golden beam of light, maybe pink or blue, or a mix of colors with sparkles of another. Allow whatever feels right to come through. You continue to let this energy come down into your head. It's going to slowly start moving down. You don't need to rush it, just let it flow. Now, as this energy is entering you, you want to start rubbing your hands together. This is creating kinetic energy between them. It's kind of like a spark to a flame. Feel that friction build. Keep letting the energy from source come down. Now it's in your neck, and then your shoulders. Rub your hands a little faster as it moves into your arms. When it reaches your hands, move your palms apart and feel that energy created collect in a ball between your hands. You can move your hands closer or further away, feeling the energy shift. You can keep feeling energy come down, down, through your arms and into this ball. It might get bigger, it might just get more dense. You may feel a physical sensation, a tingling or a pressure, or you may just see it in your mind's eye. You may just know that it's there. Take another deep breath, continue feeling that ball of energy. Now, step 2, we are going to find what it is we want to heal. So, for this exercise, allow yourself to think of one thing that's causing you stress. Maybe you have a deadline coming up, or you had a disagreement between someone and yourself. Just pick one single thing that is causing you worry. And in this calm state, allow yourself to think about that worry. And then notice where that worry or that thought is located in your body. It could be anywhere in your body. It doesn't have to make sense to your logical mind. Just feel maybe a sensation in your body somewhere where that thought is located. And you don't need to think through the entire worry. You don't need to follow the script of that thought. Just feel where it is in your body. Find where that is. Now remember that ball of energy in our hands. If you lost a bit of focus, that's fine. feeling the worry in your body still, build a little bit more energy back into that ball if you feel like you need to. You can take your hands, you can move them, you can push that energy ball bigger or smaller. And if you need to pull energy down through your crown again, that's fine. Hold that ball of energy and sense where that worry is in your body. And then take your hands, move them, and push that energy ball into that place in your body where that worry is. You don't need to do any special trick. The energy is from source. It is the essence of healing. You may just want to put your hands on your body where that feeling is. You may want to hover them around it. Just follow your intuition. And with that energy ball now in that place where that worry was, that energy from source, start to feel that worry slowly healing. It may dissipate or dissolve. It may just slide right out of your body. Just feel that relief of that worry clearing. Now we're going to replace that space in our body where that energy was. We're going to replace it with the energy of joy. So with your hands still there, we're moving them back there on your body, we're hovering over it. You can pull some energy down through your crown chakra just like before. And this time, just let yourself smile. Just gently sigh. Let yourself feel that joy. Just the feeling of happiness. You may be able to conjure up this feeling inside yourself quite easily, or maybe in this moment it would be easier for you to feel that feeling of joy coming from source. Whatever method is easiest for you is just fine. Just find that feeling of joy. Smile to yourself. Give yourself a chuckle, maybe relax your shoulders a little bit. Let that joy flow down your arms, past your elbows, all the way down into your hands. You might feel a different sensation. And then let them come out of your hands just like you would make an energy ball, but you're sending that energy right into that cleared out space. Let that joy flow into that spot where your worry was. We're filling in that space. And so what you've done now is you've infused energy with an intention and replaced a worry you had with joy. Take a nice deep breath and let it out. Sigh and just allow yourself to come back to the external world. Maybe flex yourself a little bit. Stretch your fingers. Come on back. Pulling the feeling of joy up in your own body, it's a resonance, it's a frequency of energy. And so you're pulling up that feeling, and it's almost as if you were to take a drop of food coloring and put it in a glass of water. All of that energy is coming in, it's pure source energy, and you have that drop of food coloring that is that joy. You just boop, and your whole energy coming in is filtering through as joy. And if you're not the kind of person who can just pull up those feelings, or, if you're in a moment when you're very emotionally distressed and you just can't do that, it's fine to just have the intention to pull source energy that is joy, because that is what source is. Joy, love, light, healing, all of those things. Some people like to ask in their mind or out loud for the feeling of joy specifically. Some people like to just see it as a color. I often see joy as like yellow or orange, and I will pull that in rather than seeing white coming in through my crown. I will see yellow or orange or whatever the feeling is. So that is another way you can infuse an intention into energy. This is something you can practice and learn until you've developed your own personal method. You won't need to listen to any walkthroughs after a while. You'll be able to just do it when you feel like you need to. And that is all I have for you guys on energy work today. If you would like me to make walkthroughs like this for YouTube, please let me know. If you're on YouTube, you can leave a comment, or if you're on Spotify, you can answer the poll below. I'll put a poll under the podcast. And if you're anywhere else, or you have anything else you want to say or share or ask, you can always find me on Instagram or at my email address, both of which will be listed below wherever you're listening. And while you're at it, liking and sharing and reviewing the podcast is super helpful for others to be able to find the podcast. And if anyone is interested in readings or coaching from me, I'm open for both of those at this time. So you can reach out to me on any platform, link down in the description, and that's waiting there for you if that's what you want. Thank you all for being so patient with me and getting this episode out. I really appreciate it. Remember, be well, be kind, and may your curiosity for this world and the next never fade.